I have failed many times, 36 times that I counted, and that's just in the business realm, all right? If I gave you my personal failures, that would be a whole other presentation here. I'm going to show them quickly. I don't want you to dwell on them, but they range from failures in real estate, physical businesses, internet businesses, startups. I've got intellectual property failures, movies, television shows that didn't work out. Got just about every kind of failure. I don't have time to talk about all of them, so I'll tell you one of my favorite, more embarrassing ones. When I was about 20, I had an idea for an invention. It was a brilliant idea, I thought, and it was the combination of a rosin bag that would attach to a tennis player's shorts so that they could dry their hand between points so it wouldn't slip on the racket. And I thought, this is a brilliant idea. So I took it to a patent attorney, and I showed him my idea, and he sat across the desk and he stared at me silently for a while, and then he spoke rather slowly because I think he thought that I needed that. And he explained it this way: just because you can attach two existing products with Velcro, that does not make it an invention. So although that invention failed, as many of my other projects did, I did learn a lot about intellectual property in that process, which has served me well in many other areas in life. And so too, all the other failures, they all had something to teach me. So while they didn't work, I found that just about 10% of the things that I've tried has worked out really well. Now, as it turns out, because most of the things I tried were sort of high-risk, high-reward types of things, you would really expect most of them wouldn't work, but a few of them did. One of them was this, the Dilbert comic. Wearable computing is the next big thing. This is my prototype of a necklace computer. Prepare to be shocked. Did you just talk him into wearing a remotely controlled shock collar? People think I have no goals. All right, so speaking of goals, 100 years ago, when things were simple, goals made a lot of sense, right? So if you were a farmer and you said to yourself, I think I need to clear 40 acres before winter, and that was your goal, that was very clear. It was simple. You knew that your farm next year would look a lot like your farm this year, with the exception of the 40 acres that you cleared. Everything was kind of predictable. It was simple. But today, just imagine the complexity of your cell phone. All right, you got to pick a carrier. You need a voice plan, a data plan. You got your 4G, your Wi-Fi, your apps. There's more complexity in your pocket today than the farmer's entire operation. So in this context of today, where everything's changing, you know, your life is changing, at the same time the environment is changing, having a goal is sort of like being on a horse that's galloping with a bow and arrow, and you're trying to shoot at a target that's somewhere off in the forest, in the fog. The target is also moving at the same time, and you only brought one arrow. Now, sometimes you'll hit that target. It means if enough people with enough horses shoot enough arrows, somebody's going to hit a target, right? And that person will write a book and say, goals. It's a good thing I had a goal, right? But the odds are not that good. The odds of hitting that target in this complicated world where everything's changing at the same time. Another problem is that when you're focusing on your goal, and really that's the whole point, right? If you have a goal, you're focusing on it. Otherwise, what would be the point? But while you're looking at it, maybe there's stuff out here that you're not looking at that could have been better than whatever your goal was. So you might be missing a whole bunch of stuff that are great opportunities you just didn't notice.